Good morning from not so sunny Sussex. It's just gone 5 o'clock, guys. It's probably 6 degrees here just now, and I'm fishing this incoming tide. High tide is at 6:30, one up, one down. Squid and mackerel on the bottom, and I took 2 rods, but like an idiot, because I had to walk so far, I left all my weights but one 4-ounce weight, which is on this rod. So if I lost this, we're going home. But hopefully not. I'm not in the habit of losing weights, but let's just wait and see anyway. But yeah, I left them on the table because I had to take 2 sand spikes, 2 rods, bag, the whole shooting match. So let's see how we get on. Anyway, I'm down here at Lansing, and the houses that you see there are Millionaires Row, rip-off Britain. Yep, that's them. Private beach, private beach. Well, nobody's come down yet, but they probably ain't seen me, but I'm sure they'll see my lights. Then moving along, same with this one here, and then moving along, that's the perch. There's a car park on the other side, but I'm actually parked away up there on a private, like a council type road. So I know we're not getting sea bass to the end of the month, but I've just done 3 long days, so basically 3 14.5-hour shifts, including traveling, and it was just nice to get out today, you know. Let's see if we catch anything. Anyway, listen, a big shout out to all my subscribers, old and new, for everybody that watches the videos I put out. I'm sorry the content isn't as great as it could be if it was like in Asia, but I haven't got the resources, the money, and there just isn't a lot doing here, as you know, in the UK, hence the reason most people are leaving, and which I plan to do soon. However, this will all change when I go to the Philippines soon, and then at least you'll see some, hopefully some decent fish and a decent lifestyle, but and with plenty to do. However, without further ado, I'm going to go, and I'm going to make a brew. I'm going to have a coffee. I passed the BP Connect down here on the way to showroom, and it doesn't open until 6, so I'm an early bird. So thank God I brought my little stove with me, and I'll go and boil up some water, have a coffee, and come back to this rod. Hopefully it jingle jangles. We've got another hour to go until high tide, so you never know, you know what I mean. But I've blanked the last 2 times, and I seriously hope I don't blank today. Anyway, that's fishing for you. See you in a bit. Yeah, it's 10 minutes to 6, so another 40 minutes to high tide. I've had a few little bites on that rod, but nothing substantial. But the other one is lying there redundant, because I thought I'd cut the weight down, and I took too many weights out. In fact, I only left myself with 1 weight. Oh my goodness me, what an idiot. But at least I've got 1 rod out. I'd rather have 2. Greedy me. But well, nobody's came out as yet, and I guess this is a private beach, but or is it? Obviously you guys say no, and I'm going with the flow, you know, so no. Oh, there we go, we're getting a knock on that now, you see it? So let's wait and see. Anyway, I'll go and take this in, back in a bit. You can see that amazing, well hopefully you can, that amazing sunrise over there, beautiful. And it's kind of like a mill pond today. So as I say, yeah, just the one rod. But a few bites on that rod. So that's invigorating, it really is. And yeah, the millionaires, there's no millionaires came down to see me with my breakfast, so I'm going to have to cook something in a minute. Today it's just going to be an omelette, a cheese omelette. I'm starving, I really am, so I just hightailed it out the door to catch this tide, and obviously threw a few bits and bobs in the bag, and yeah, I'm down here now, so yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. But that's encouraging. I didn't think, you know, I go right along there to the Groyles. That mark, I should have been fishing that mark along there this morning. You can just see it, I should have fished that this morning. But when I went to Lansing Industrial Estate, there was no parking, so I just parked. I stuck the old car up this side street. I was lucky, and so I put it there and cut down through these houses. I'm not sure, I think it's a right of way, I'm not sure. Anyway, nobody came and said anything. So on that note, I'll be back in a bit, guys. But look at that sun, that's beautiful. I don't know if this GoPro will try and filter it out or not, but it's absolutely amazing, beautiful. Right, we'll see you in a bit. Well guys, yeah, seriously it is a botched job today, because I took a tin of Coke out of the fridge and look at it, it's punctured in the bag. Dear God, here we go. Also, I forgot my fork. Jeez, oh, no joke, you couldn't make this up. Seriously, but I got my trusted knife, so I'll use that. God, I almost stabbed myself. Aye, so I've got my trusted knife, so I'll use that. And today I'm going to have, it'll just be an omelette on a roll. I just brought a roll and some cheese. I've got some cheese. If you see that flask there, if anybody goes out and about, that's brilliant, that flask. It's an aqua flask. I got it in Asia, but it keeps stuff really cold or really hot for a long time, and it was cheap as chips. I guess you can get it in this country, I think you can anyway. Check it out on Amazon. But oh God, I don't believe it. Seriously don't believe it. Today's just, I should have stayed in my bed. I should have, well no really, it's nice to get out, you know, but disaster, absolute disaster. So I'll not be doing this again in a hurry. I'll take my time and prepare the night before. But just having finished work, you know, you well, it is what it is, isn't it? Well, listen for that bell, guys. Well, at least we've got gas. At least we've got gas. So that's one good thing. Nature's table there, look. Oh, it went out. Wait a minute. No, we're on. Let's get this going. Well, I'm hungry. I've done everything. I can't believe it. I really can't believe that I forgot my fork and a bloody weight. So I've only got one rod out. So anyway, we'll put a bit of butter in anyway, yeah, get that going. I've got the knife, at least I've got my trusted knife, so we'll be okay, I guess. We'll let that melt and we'll chuck a couple of eggs in. But yeah, it's still nice to be out, you know. Yeah, and you see I hope these people didn't come down, because maybe they've got huge mortgages and they're hungry. We used to call that in Scotland Spam Valley, because people that stayed in big houses would have to live on spam because they didn't have enough for food. I'm not sure if that's the case here or not, I doubt it. But anyway, so let's let that butter melt. This isn't a cooking programme, by the way, and I'm certainly not a cook, as you'll see in a minute. But here we go. So yeah, I'm back to work tomorrow. I just done Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was quite good actually, to be honest. I was on with a good team, you know. You're only as good as the people that work for you, and they certainly worked. They worked hard. They want to come out fishing with me, but I don't know if that's a good idea or not, because if I don't catch anything, they're going to be sadly disappointed. In fact, they'll probably unsubscribe. I'm just going to chuck this in now. And hopefully, that bell doesn't jingle jangle now, or I'm really stuffed. There we go. I'll just give that a wee stir. Christ, I can't believe I forgot that fork and the weight. What an idiot. What a clown head. What a clown head. What an idiot. And as ever, guys, I know that you see the eggs and everything lying around here, but for sure, 1,000,000%, I will be cleaning everything up before I go. It's not really stable. I don't want that falling. That's my breakfast. Everything else has went badly wrong today, so there we go. That's okay at that. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. We're getting there. Just a pity I didn't have my thing, you know. My fork. Jeez, oh. This is what you call roughing it, innit? This really is. Anyway, this ought to be warm. I think it was a non-stick before I came down. Certainly not a non-stick now. I've scratched all the goodness of it. Scratched all the goodness of it, guys. I don't know how I'm going to get this on the roll. Let's give it a go anyway. I don't want that to fall. Let's just chuck this cheese on. It's all going down the same way, innit? Melt the cheese now, I'm just going to eat it. No jingle jangle on the rod as yet. There we go. How's that? Looks not too bad, eh? Looks not too bad at all. Please don't bite now. I don't know what I'd do. That was a 10-pound sea bass that just dived on that hook now. I'm not sure whether I would go for it or wait until it's cooked. I think I would wait until it's cooked, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. At least we got something hot inside us today. And I'll get something when I go back to the house. But yeah, there we are. That's all right. That's all right. Not bad for a Scottish guy living down south. It'll be interesting to see what your take is on the Philippines when I go there. That's someone else. The most beautiful and amazing country in the world. Amazing people. Everybody's polite, civil, not like this country. And I will eventually go there for good, you know. I'm heading there for good, for sure. 1,000,000% regardless. And I'll keep the YouTube channel going, but it'll be more diverse. It won't just be on fishing, it'll be on travel, cooking, you name it. My life. There we go, that's enough. That's good enough for me, boys. Let's see if we can balance that on there till I get my roll. I even think I should have brought another roll. And look, there's no butter. That was meant to be buttered. There's no butter on the roll. Is this a joke or what? I'd be better just going back to my bed. Seriously, I would. Wow, what a day this has been. Anyway, I think I'll have a few beers later on and there you go. Let's turn this off and try not to burn ourselves because we've done everything else wrong today. I don't know how I'm going to manage this. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if we can get that on there without spilling it all on the floor. I'm going to have to use my hands, guys. I'm sorry because it's just too much boiling. Can't believe it. There's no butter on the roll. God. So that The title of this video for sure is A Good Moan Down the Beach. And I mean a good moan. Jesus. I'm going to publish this video anyway. I don't care. There's lessons learned by everything you do in life, innit? Oh Christ. I hope that dog hasn't peed on that stone or anything. I'm going to have to eat it. Right. Let's try this. Let's try it. Whew. Wow. Hold on a minute. It's no easy trying to juggle this. That's seriously good. Wow. I can't believe I never put butter on the roll. Or my fork, or my weight. And the only tin of Coke I've got is burst. You couldn't make this up, could you? Jesus Christ. Anyway, the rod's still out. But there's nothing. But when I first came down, I got a couple of knocks. And I'm really happy at that. Because as I said earlier, I should have been over there at that mark in the distance if you can see it. But I thought I'll come down here because I couldn't get parked to be along there. Because opposite that mark is Lansing Industrial Estate. And the guys must have been parked up last night, whatever. There was vans and lorries and that, so it was kind of scuppered. Anyway guys, I'm going to finish my roll. And I'll be back in a wee bit. See you in a bit now. I just checked out the tin of Coke. And the hole's on the other side, so at least I've got a quarter of a tin left. But, what was I going to say to you? Won't be long now until we're into bass season, so I'm going to have to be better prepared than this. So I think what I'll do is kind of like having an overnight bag. I'm going to keep a fishing bag fully stocked along with like a paper plate and a fork and what have you, because look at this. So that if I want to go out, and I want to go out quick, I can do so without leaving half the stuff behind. There's quite a few cormorants out there just now. I'll turn it around in a bit. Diving. Maybe that's the bait fishing, what have you, starting to come back. But yeah, when I return from the Philippines for sure, I'm going to get an electric bike so I can access these places. I'm not dependent on parking. Because that was a disaster this morning. I was sure I would have got parking, but I didn't. But that's the plan. And then a boat. I'm going to have a sib. Because today, 1,000,000% I would be out there. I would. That's calm enough for a sib. No problem. Wow, we could have been into everything today because apparently there's herring, there's big pollock and everything out there. About 8 miles, 10 miles off. Well, I kind of wrecked the frying pan, didn't I? Look at it, stuck. I'll be getting scoured with a big scourer when I get in, when I get home. But it was fine, I enjoyed it. As ever, remember to take all your rubbish with you when you leave, which I'll do. I'll show you the beach when I leave, that'll be clean again. It's a bit of a disaster just now, I've got everything everywhere. But the rod's still out, but nothing. At least I got a couple of knocks this morning, and I'm happy with that. Even just getting a couple, it tells me that there's fish there. I don't know if you can see the cormorants. There's quite a few of them, they've been diving. And not far off, 60 yards or so off. So yeah. As you see, the private beach remains private. There's nobody, not even a dog walker. I'm the only man here. The police are probably on their way now, in fact, as we talk, but let's see. That doesn't faze me. If I was to get arrested now, I'm just going to go onto my YouTube channel and show them all the comments from you guys. You folks there. So basically, there's more than me that thinks that way, and so I came down and tried it out. But obviously, I'm now banged up. Anyway, enough of this rubbish. I'll go and tidy up, because as you see, everything's just scattered everywhere. But that's that wee stove, that wee camping gas stove, and that's that aqua flask. Yeah, and that wee hook, line and sinker thing there, that wee knife there with all the different bits on it, that's been a godsend. Look, my jacket, everything, it's all up the beach. I think somebody had been murdered here. Anyway, it's a day out. It's a day out, and that's what it's all about. It's not just about catching fish, it's about your mental health, getting your backside off that sofa, get away from that TV and the beer, and get out here. I'm not going to say join me, because you won't catch anything. But anyway, I'm going to leave you just now, and I'll be back in a bit. It's coming up to high tide now. It was only a 4-metre tide this morning, but doesn't really matter, does it? Especially if you're looking for bass, which I would have let go, swear to God. But see you in a bit. Yeah, as you see, I'm not great at casting, but unless I practice, I'm not going to get any better. So the pier doesn't cut it for me when the lower walkway, the landing platform's closed. So I'll continue to fish the beach, and hopefully I'll get better as time goes on. But that pinnacle that you can see over there next to the mark, the one that I showed you earlier, that's where I should be. But once I get an electric bike, then I'll certainly access this. This would be about 15 minutes from my house on a push bike. Aye, an electric bike. But I'd never get it here if it was a normal bike. But a cheap electric bike, if I can get a second-hand one off Facebook or what have you, then that's the way to go for me. But I'll be back in a bit. I'm kind of halfway tidying up this beach. See you in a bit. Well, folks, I think that's my worst video by far. But I was talking to that man there about the Millionaire's Row, and he lives just over here. And he was saying that basically they just don't want people sunbathing and that in the front of their house, you know, on the beach in front of the house. It's to discourage them. But it's a bit misleading, because seriously, if you want to sunbathe in front of their house, you could, but I don't think anybody would do that, to be honest. But you see, so he's away along there, but that's at the low tide mark, so you'd be quite within your right. And then there's another dog walker there. But yeah, not the greatest of videos, I'm afraid. I never got a fish again, and that's how it's going just now, you know. As people rightly have said, there's not a lot of fish around. So I'm going to take this rod in, this line in, sorry. I'm going to take this line in, and then we'll hightail it and get some proper breakfast when I go home. Yeah, but I learned a lot today about prior planning prevents piss poor performance, you know. I really did. A fork, butter on the roll, just an accumulation of things. But and that is what it is. But I got a few bites on the rod, on that line. And for me, that was good. That was really good. I didn't think I'd even get a bite, to be honest. But yeah. We'll pull it in anyway, but there's nothing on it. There's nothing. Maybe just crabs. But this area isn't known for crabs, so I doubt it. Maybe some bait fish. Maybe the bait fish is starting to come in. Who knows? Look, if there's a fish there, it's going to go for that for sure. Anyway, until the next time, take it easy. I enjoyed coming out today. I'm tired now. I was up at 4. And I think I'll go back to bed for a couple of hours. I won't fish tomorrow, I'm working, but Wednesday, Thursday I'll be back out again. So hopefully we'll see you then. Take it easy, take care, and thanks for watching.